Instructions that Python interpreter can execute are called statements. For example, a equal 1 is assignment statement. If statement, for statement, while statement, etc. are other kinds of statements, which will be discussed later. In Python, the end of statement is marked by a new line character. But we can make a statement extend over multiple lines with the line continuation character. The example you can see on the screen. This is explicit line continuation. In Python, line continuation is implied inside parentheses, brackets, and braces. For instance, we can implement the above multi-line statement in other way, like on the second image. Here, the surrounding parentheses do the line continuation implicitly. Same is the case with brackets and braces, for example, as on the third code snippet. We can also put multiple statements in single line using semicolons, as in the last example. Most of the programming languages like C, C++, and Java use braces to define a block of code. Python, however, uses indentation. A code block starts with indentation and ends with the first unintended line. The amount of indentation is up to you, but it must be consistent throughout that block. Generally, 4 white spaces are used and preferred over tabs. The enforcement of indentation in Python makes the code look neat and clean. This results in programs that look similar and consistent. Indentation can be ignored in line continuation, but it's always a good idea to indent. It makes the code more readable. For example, both snippets are valid and do the same thing, but the former style is more good-looking. Comments are very important while writing a program. They describe what is going on inside a program, so a person looking at the source code doesn't have a hard time figuring it out. You might forget the key details of the program you just wrote in a month's time. So taking the time to explain these concepts in the form of comments is always fruitful. In Python, we use hash symbol to start writing a comment. It extends up to the new line character. Comments are for programmers to better understand the program. Python interpreter ignores comments. We can have comments that extend up to multiple lines. One way is to use hash symbol at the beginning of each line. Another way of doing this is to use triple quotes. Both approaches are shown on the slide. These triple quotes are generally used for multi-line strings, but they can be used as multi-line comment as well. Unless they are not docstrings, they do not generate any extra code. Docstring is short for documentation string. Python documentation strings are string literals that appear right after the definition of function, method, class, or module. Triple quotes are used while writing docstrings. As already mentioned, they appear right after the definition. This separates docstrings from multi-line comments using triple quotes. The docstrings are associated with the object as their doc attribute. So we can access the docstrings with the following lines of code as on the code image.